In iPhone 12 Pro Max, we've been able to create our best camera ever. We have a brand new telephoto camera with a 65mm focal length. Moving from a 52mm focal length to a 65mm allows for longer framing in the classic portrait style. With the new telephoto, you can now optically zoom in 2.5 times for even closer shots or tighter crops, which means improving to a 5x optical zoom range from the ultra-wide 13mm to the telephoto's 65mm. iPhone 12 Pro Max features an all-new massive wide camera with an f1.6 aperture, a new sensor, and new system for optical image stabilization, or OIS. Let me first tell you about the new sensor. It's 47% larger with 1.7 micron pixels, our largest yet. Larger pixels plus a faster aperture gives iPhone 12 Pro Max an incredible 87% improvement in low light, which is our biggest leap in light gathering capability. On top of that, we developed a completely new system for optical image stabilization that adopts a high-end DSLR approach called Sensor Shift. Sensor Shift applies stabilization to the sensor instead of the heavier lens to precisely control motion in X and Y while maintaining sharpness. This cancels both low and high-frequency disturbances like hand movement or vibrations in a car. In addition, the OIS on all our wide cameras this year can now make 5,000 micro-adjustments per second, which is 5 times more than last year. Along with motion processing advancements, we get stabilized exposure times of up to 2 seconds in low light for handheld shots, equal to a full f-stop increase in light gathering. This sensor shift system is unique to Apple and helps people capture everyday situations with extraordinary images. And it delivers steady video with a truly cinematic feel. Now here's my colleague Alok to tell you more about another feature we created for our pro users.
These are amazing cameras for pros. And we want to give our pros even more control over the images they capture. Many pros love to capture in RAW, but they're missing the benefit of our sophisticated image fusion. So we'd like to show you a sneak peek of a new feature that combines the control of shooting in RAW with the power of our computational photography. And that's Apple Pro RAW. This will be an incredible feature for pros and will be available in the iPhone camera app on iPhone 12 Pro and 12 Pro Max later this year. It provides many of the benefits of our multi-frame image processing and computational photography, like Deep Fusion and Smart HDR, and combines them with the depth and flexibility of a RAW format. In order to achieve this, we constructed a new pipeline that takes components of the processing we do in our CPU, GPU, ISP, and Neural Engine, and combines them into a new deep image file, computed at the time of capture without any shutter delay. And we do this for all 4 cameras, dynamically adapting for various scenes while maintaining our intuitive camera experience. Things like sharpening, white balance, and tone mapping become instructions rather than being baked into the photo, delivering full creative control over color, detail, and dynamic range. Here you can see a photo shot with Apple Pro RAW. Notice how it's taken full advantage of Deep Fusion to capture a wide range of light and shadow from multiple exposures. Because all the data is contained in Apple Pro RAW, this image can be processed in various ways while retaining the crisp, beautifully rendered detail. You can edit Apple Pro RAW directly in our Photos app and other professional photo editing apps. We're also creating an API for third-party apps to capture images in Apple Pro RAW. This is really the best of both worlds, the flexibility of RAW with the power of Apple's computational photography. And now, back to Jaws.
iPhone 12 Pro allows you to take absolutely stunning photos. Even at dusk, you can see the incredible color and texture in the shadows. You can see this ultra-wide shot preserves the detail in the cracks of the desert floor. You can almost feel it. With Deep Fusion, you can even see the detail of her dress in this low light setting. In this classic black and white, you can feel the sun glistening on the horse. On a tripod, we can take night mode even further, capturing the pop of color in the tent as well as the stars in the night sky. Now, let's talk about Pro Video. Year after year, iPhone provides the highest quality video on a smartphone. Pros use iPhone to shoot TV shows, news reports, and even movies. This has never been more important, as our homes have become our studios. In fact, for many TV productions, from American Idol to Mythic Quest, the show has been able to go on because of iPhone. This year, we're taking Pro Video further, much further. For the first time, we're bringing HDR video recording to iPhone. You can now record in 10-bit high dynamic range. This means we can capture over 700 million colors. That's 60 times more colors than before. While you capture, you get a live preview of your HDR content on the Super Retina XDR display. And we're also gonna do something that no other device in the world can do. iPhone 12 Pro is the first camera to record in Dolby Vision HDR. To accomplish this, every single frame of 10-bit video runs through our ISP, generating a histogram and allowing iPhone to grade each frame in Dolby Vision live while you're recording. And we can do this at 4K resolution and 60 frames per second. This is enabled by our Apple custom sensor and the incredible power of the A14, which does the intense processing of these image algorithms in real time. Prior to today, you needed a Pro Studio Lab and special equipment to edit your original Dolby Vision footage and then re-encode your files. iPhone 12 Pro will be the first device to edit in Dolby Vision right from the Photos app. You can even apply filters. iPhone will regenerate the Dolby Vision tuning on the fly. Oscar-winning cinematographer Emmanuel Chivulebetsky made a film to showcase iPhone 12 Pro with Dolby Vision, and I'd like to show it to you now.
My name is Emmanuel Lubezki. I'm a cinematographer. When I started shooting movies, you had to rent a very expensive camera, buy film stock, pay for developing, special equipment for editing. Now, you can really go out with one of these devices and make a movie. The iPhone Pro will allow filmmakers all around the world to make films that otherwise are impossible because you don't have the means, or because the cameras are too heavy or too complicated. I think the next great cinematographer or the next great film director is already making movies with one of these devices.
So iPhone is the first and only device that enables you to capture, edit, watch, and share Dolby Vision video. What an incredible end-to-end Pro Video workflow right from your pocket. And with 5G, sharing your videos from the field has never been faster. And we have another exciting capability we're bringing to our new Pro iPhones. Here's Francesca to tell you more.